the game was different, right? The rules was different. The ball was different.
The Euro style is different in America.
The Euro style was a lot different than America.
That's the first time y'all seen that Euro step too, huh?
Absolutely.
So my name is Olivier Canaday. I'm from Tarragona, Spain. It's a city close to Barcelona, so you guys kind of know where is it at. I went to Northwest Nazarene University. It's in the state of Idaho. And I was there for 4 years, and I graduated in 2017 with a degree in kinesiology athletic training.
Okay, athletic trainer.
Well, my name is Diamond Onwuka. I'm from Barcelona, Spain. I went to St. Cloud State University. It's a school that's in Minnesota. And I graduated in 2020, actually this year, and with a degree in sports management with a minor in marketing.
Nice. Okay. So you guys are proper businessmen over there, huh?
We're working on it.
Okay, so we're gonna start with you, Paul. Quick question. Why did you choose your school?
I mean, mine was pretty easy because, I went to the CB Academy. That's where I met Diamond and where I met you. And I remember it was pretty early in the summer, like when it's supposed to came all the offers and everything. And this one came up, and actually one of the guys that went to CBA the year before went to the same school. His name is Matty, and I had this contact, and as soon as I knew they want to offer me, I contacted him. I talked with him. He showed me everything, and it was kind of love in the first sight, Okay. And when they told you as an international, when they told you they're gonna offer you a full ride, you kind of don't think about waiting about other options. I mean, I was really happy with that one. I thought it was the perfect fit for me, and I said yes at the beginning. So I didn't wait for other options.
Okay, I like it. Diamond, same thing to you, man. How and why? I know you went to a couple of different schools, so just tell us, all the programs that you've been to and what level as well.
All right. So I've been to 3 different schools. 2 were JUCOs, and then the last one, it was a 4-year school. The reason I went to JUCO was, I'm gonna just keep it straight with you, because my grades from high school were not good enough to go to a D1 or D2 or whatever. So I had to take the JUCO route, and yeah, that's all.
Okay, what JUCOs did you go to? Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. We've spoken to guys already in this series, and one of the female athletes, and she went to JUCO as well. So I don't think there's anything wrong with going to JUCO, and I think also it helps. Going into D1 is a big jump, and I think JUCO kind of breaks you in a little bit. In Europe, I guess by and large, we don't normally have the same type of athletes, the same type of size and stuff. So when you go to JUCO, you kind of get introduced to it a little bit. So what programs did you go to, and why did you choose those programs?
Well, the first program the first school I had or I went to was Western Nebraska. It's in Nebraska. And the reason I chose that school was it was pretty late in summer, and actually it was like my 3rd offer from JUCO, and it was the one that I liked the most, from the other 2 schools they offered me. And yeah, that was the reason I chose Western Nebraska. Okay,
and then the second JUCO?
Howard College in Texas. Things didn't go as expected in my first year, so I decided to transfer. And once I was in the transfer portal, Howard College was the first one that contacted me, you know. So I just decided to go there and hoop.
Okay. I like it. You got, you know, different varieties or different avenues. And then how did you end up in St. Cloud lastly?
Well, because, you know, JUCO is only for, like, you can only play for 2 years. So after the second year, you have to, like, look for a school, for a 4-year school. I was lucky because, honestly, I did not have a good time or a good experience in my JUCO career. So I had a friend in St. Cloud State. His name is Sean Smith, and he was the one that introduced me to the coach. Once he did, the coach fell in love with me, and then he started contacting me. And then in the first call, he already offered me, you know. So
wow, okay.
Yeah.
And then
so
you committed without going, right? Or did you have visits, or what happened?
Yeah, I had a visit. It was around April, I think. I had a visit for like 4 days. I was there with the coaches, with this friend I told you about, and I really liked it. The only thing I didn't like was it was freezing. But yeah, I couldn't do anything about that, so I had to like just go with the flow.
Just suck it up.
Exactly.
I hear you. Okay. What type of, well, I know you kind of, I think you both kind of answered it anyway, but what type of scholarship did you get? So, you know, I guess you both already said you got full ride. And did your grades, you know, Paul especially, did your grades play a factor in you getting a full scholarship, or did they not care about what grades you had?
Well, to be honest, like my grades were pretty good in high school. So, I mean, they were going to offer me a full ride in basketball either way. But I remember in the middle of summer, they just kind of contacted me, the coach and the assistant coach, and they told me if I could like do the TOEFL exam in Europe. So if I got a good grade, I could help the basketball program, and, you know, they will give me kind of part of academical scholarship plus basketball scholarship, so they could have more basketball money for other recruits. So I said, yeah, no problem, because that would not affect me. Like, they even paid for the exam and everything. I took the exam. They said it worked, and that the scores will work, and then I guess they kind of did their own thing. But at the end, I mean, they paid for everything, and that was not affect on my money or on my scholarship.
Did you have to pay anything at all, or was it a complete free ride?
The only thing that was paying it was the transportation, the airplane tickets. That's it. Okay. In 4 years. Yeah.
And Diamond, when you was leaving Howard, same thing for you. When you went to St. Cloud's, did the grades that you got from JUCO, did that allow you to get a full scholarship, or how did that work? Or did you have to find some money, or did your parents have to find money?
No. So I went with a full ride scholarship. My grades were like great. Okay. So yeah, I went with a basketball scholarship though. It wasn't like an academic scholarship. So I don't know if that answered your question. Yeah.
So some programs. So what I've learned over the last, I guess, 3-4 years is that kind of like what Paul said, that you've got, I guess there's 3 pots of funding the school has, and you've got like your sports, you've got your academic, and then you've got like your bursaries or whatever. And some players will get like a full, depending on what school you go to, you can have like a full athletic scholarship, which depending on how big their budget is. And then you've got like an academic budget as well.
Yeah.
And some players can go, half and half if their grades.
they kind of take advantage of, I mean, of the grades of the different players. Not that, okay, you have good grades, and I mean, I think in my case is that, okay, we want you because of your basketball talent, but if you have actually good grades too, we can kind of split, and then we can help other guys that maybe don't have better grades, so we have more money for that, you know.
Yeah. So
that's what I think.
And yeah, I think that's, you know, as I said, in my experiences, the more I deal with it, and that's what I'm finding out. And also there's a, you know, and we'll get to this, well, you know, in the series we'll get to it a little bit. You have to have, kind of like what Diamond said, you have to have a certain grade to go to D1 anyway. So even if you're not getting an academic scholarship, you still have to make the grade, which I believe might be a 2.3, if I'm not mistaken.
I have no clue what it is, but yeah, you gotta have a certain.
Yeah, so I've got
3.2 maybe, I think. I don't know.
I think so. I've got someone from compliance, you know, that's gonna come and sit in and talk with me just to, you know, tell us for sure. But you know, that's a huge factor.
Yeah, it is.
So Paul, what conference was you in? And tell me a little bit of like the conference play. So, you know, was it a guards league? Was it a bigs league? Was it mixed? Like, how was it?
Yeah, I played the GNAC conference. It's the great GNAC Northwest Athletic Conference. So it was the Northwest. You know, it was like Alaska, all the state of Washington, in Seattle, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana.
Okay.
So it was like a big conference. So everything, all the games that we're playing away, we were traveling by plane, and you know, the accommodations were great. I mean, I had no complaint about that. I think we only bussed one trip, and it was only 5 hours.
Hard life. Oh.
So yeah, all the other was pretty legit, to be honest. And I think it was kind of a mix of different players. Maybe the best players were guards.
Okay.
But the level of the conference was pretty good. I was talking before with Diamond about it, and I remember my years when I was there that there were a couple of the best universities. My school was kind of playoff school. We were always going to the playoff, but not like powerhouse. But there were a couple of the colleges that they actually won the D2 national championship or went to the Final Four. So the level was pretty good, and most of the preseason friendly games were playing against D1, and it was really nice.
Okay, I like it. Diamond, same thing.
I played in the NSIC conference my last 2 years, and I would say it was more a guard league than a big league, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't know. So my junior year, we had like a couple players in the All-American team from our conference, and I had the luxury, or however you want to call it, to play with one of them. His name is Gage Davis. So yeah, I would say it was a guard league.
Okay. And how did the level of play from playing D1 with St. Cloud's to, you know, JUCO with Howard and over in Texas? How was the style of play? How difficult was it to adjust, or was it?
It wasn't that difficult, because depending on where you play in JUCO, they're more physical or less physical, you know. But in my case, I was in a tough conference in JUCO. I was in like the what was the region? I think it was Region 5 with like Texas, South Plains, Odessa, all those teams, you know, like really strong teams that they've won like national championships in the past. Well, they were like pretty physical, you know, like they had like a lot of D1 transfers. So I had the chance to get used to it beforehand, you know.
Okay. I like it. And that's what I think, as we were saying before, I think that's the beauty of junior college. It's like an active prep year or 2 years. Do you know what I mean? You're gauging the speed, you're gauging the physicality, you're learning the kind of the different mentalities of the players over here in the States. So yeah, I think JUCO's a pretty good option if
Definitely.
you're struggling with grades, or you just need to kind of to get into it. So being student athletes, and they always like to drive the point, student athletes. How did you find it studying and playing? You have to commit a lot of time to both. So how did you find it being a student and an athlete, and what kind of helped you go through that process?
I mean, at the end is your 24-hour life, basketball and studies. Like that's what you have to do when you go to college. But at the same time, I really enjoyed it because here in Europe, or at least in Spain, you cannot really manage both things. It's pretty much impossible.
It's impossible.
And the way they it works there, like in the States, it's phenomenal, and they help you a lot. They give you all the advantages to practice, but at the same time, attend to class and do everything that's possible to, like be a regular student. I mean, if you are playing away, you can turn your assignments online, or they give you like more extra days to turn it in. I mean, all the facilities they can give you, you have it. And that's one of the main reasons many of people that comes from Europe are searching for. Not only the level of basketball, which is great, and you improve so much, but also because you ended up with a degree that maybe here playing pro, you don't get it until 35 or 30s.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I mean, he has already said everything, but yeah, like not many players. I mean, realistically, not many players are going to be pro. You know what I mean? So I think it's a good route or way to like get a degree, because you're getting it for free, or basically for free, and at the same time you're playing the game you love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on top of that, I think he has already said it, but like I don't know, whenever you have a game or whatever, like the professors are actually going to help you instead. Like, but for example, here in Spain, I have friends that are basketball players and are trying to study at the same time. You know what I mean?
Mm.
They do not help them at all, like at all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if you have something that's due tomorrow and you have a game tomorrow,
they don't care.
They don't care. You better get that thing done like a week before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas in the States, that doesn't happen. Like they will try to find a way.
And that doesn't mean, not to confuse people, that they are giving their degree. No. Like you have to work, you have to study, and you have to study hard. But they are giving you like facilities to get it done. Yeah.
Mm. What did you guys do? Like, have you got any? I don't want to say the word cheat, so I normally say hack. So are there any hacks that you guys used to kind of, make sure you had your work done, or what kind of tools did you use? I've spoken to some guys, and they like hang out with like the smart people to kind of help you with their work, or like what did you guys do to kind of get your work done on time and get the good grades?
I mean, I think one of the main things you need to be like focused on is just be scheduled. One of the things I use is that to have every assignment like on point, everything that you need to turn in like correctly placed, and then not be lazy. Like Even if you're tired, like just go to the library. But as you say, one of the kind of cheap things that you do, I mean, just hang out with your classmates, with your teammates that are in the same, subject or whatever, and kind of do things together. I think it's the turning point to just not be late and not turning things or not having good grades.
Hey,
I don't know.
Hey, Diamond, that smile looks mischievous. Yo, Diamond's got stories, I know.
You had someone done it for you, huh?
No.
I think you had someone.
No. Hey, we're in the safe space, Diamond. You can be honest, man. Hey, I got no problem.
Yeah, man. All right.
Well, you have individual tutors, right? That can help you do.
I
some
mean,
stuff.
yeah, if you want to, but like, I don't know. Like, so me, to be honest, I'm a lazy person. Like, just being straight with you, going straight to the point. I'm a lazy person, so I really didn't like to do my work.
Mhm.
Like, I really didn't like to like spend time doing homework, so I just, I don't know, like, find easy ways, like I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, but
Hey, they're not going to take away your degree, man.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, I use like several apps, like there are apps where for example, there's an app called Chegg, CHEGG, and basically it has like every single answer you're searching for. Like every single answer the professor gives to you is on that website, like 100%.
Man, I hope I could have known about that. Yeah.
So, I mean, I've never been like really into studying, but I know it's a really important aspect of life.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, as I say, I wasn't really into studying, so I had to find my ways, to get it done. But you have to get it done at the end of the day, because if you do not have a 2.5 GPA,
you're not playing.
You're not playing. You know what I mean? Like, you have to get it done.
And I think
they do not care how, but you just gotta get it done.
And I think for me, as a coach and someone that is trying to help mentor and get young guys through, I think that bottom line is the important bit. It's like, hey, you've got to get stuff done. You've got to get these grades. You've got to, find a way. It's just like, when you're playing a game and, you might be tired or, your shot's not falling. It's like, hey, this is to get into the playoffs. This is to get to the semifinals. This is to get us to the finals, the championship. Hey, we have got to get it done. And, like kind of the contrast. And it's great having you both together, because it is kind of a contrast in terms of understanding that, hey, we both had to get it done. I got it done this way. I got it done that way. Like, and it's not a secret that there's websites and there's other stuff that you can go and do to help facilitate your work or whatever, but it's a kind of, what type of person are you in terms of, hey, I'm going to make sure I'm done in time, I'm going to make sure I get the grades, or I'm going to sit back and say, woe is me, and kind of like put the blame on everyone else. So
exactly.
I think that's a really, really, really good point. Seeing you both as juniors and how you played, coming from your homelands and everything. Diamond, you was a pretty big time. You had like a little bit of buzz when I met you out in Spain in Gran Canaria. When you go to college, that all changes. So you go from kind of being the guy, Paul, when you was back home, you had a little swag, starting guard or whatever. And then you come over to your team in the States, and then you're at the bottom of the totem pole. Can you guys talk about that a little bit? Like, what's it like to kind of have to adjust from being the man to the water boy or the rookie kind of thing? What's that like?
Well, at the end, you just gotta prove yourself. You know, you gotta prove that you have game to the Americans, that they always think, you know, they are the best. Like that's where basketball was born. But you know, Europeans can hoop too, and you just go there and being humble, but just, you know, believing in yourself. And at the end, I mean, that thing works for me. And you know, maybe it's difficult your freshman year when you go there, and maybe more in D1 that you don't have really much chances to play. But what really helps me, it was that my turning point, kind of, it was like in kind of the preseason when we were working out, you know, coaches were always there kind of checking players out, and at the end they have to say which ones are red shirt, or I didn't know what was that, you know. I was just there. I remember I prepared myself really well that summer to just go there and prove everyone that I could play. And I remember that day when they told me, no, you are ready to play your freshman year. You know, I remember like, okay, I earned my spot, and now I can show, you know. And I was really proud of myself, and from there I had the chance to play a lot of minutes from my freshman year. So that's why I always think it was a really great experience to choose going into the two and have a really good career. Yeah.
Nice, I like it.
For me, well, before going to the States, as you say, I was like a big time baller here in Spain. I played for my national team for Spain, and I've been places with them too, you know. And I played like in like really big clubs. And of course, like once I got to the States, I was told I was gonna play the guard and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty tall, you know. And they basically just put me into the 4 and the 5s, you know. So I was like, hold on, like something is not right, you know what I mean? So I have my issues with the coaches, you know, like, because it's not possible that in Spain I'm a point guard, because I was a tall point guard, and then I go to the States and I'm playing the center, like something is not wrong here. So basically I had my issues with the coaches that first year. That's why I wanted to transfer. And then when I transferred, they told me, don't worry, you're gonna play the guard, like you're gonna be good. I go there, I play the center again, you know. So my third year when I transferred to like a 4-year school, I was like, okay, like I cannot have any more issues with the coaches, you know, like I need to play. I don't care if I'm playing the 5, but I just need playing time, you know what I mean? So I just suck it up, and my last 2 years I've been playing the 4 and the 5. That's why I'm here with Paul in this league, because we know the coach, and I know the coach is not gonna screw me up. I mean, is screw a bad word?
No, it's fine.
Okay. So he's not gonna screw me up, you know. So that's why I decided to come here and prove myself and prove the rest of the people that I can still play the guard. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my.
And one thing I mean, it's for you too, D, and for Diamond. I kind of been told that when you go JUCO, I mean, it's just everyone is kind of thinking about himself, you know. Maybe it's not as a team, or is it like true? Like everyone is doing their own thing and their own stats to try to get a scholarship, or
depends. For me, from what I know, and the players that have gone, it's kind of being in that middle ground. So junior college, as junior college is only 2 years, everyone that's there for basketball is like thinking of their next move. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I've got to have good numbers, I've got to have a good year, I've got to try and get myself ready for the next step. So some guys that, you know, they might have dropped down from D1, are trying to get back, or they've transferred or grades wise or whatever. So they're looking, and then there's you know, a select few with the right coaches and the right environment. They're like, just like junior colleges, they have their national championships and stuff. So they're thinking of, you know, hey, let's get to, you know, win our conference, let's win our playoffs, let's win whatever. So it's a weird dynamic, but you know, there are the mercenaries of the guys who just don't really care and want to get to D1. And then there's the guys that are embracing the situation that they're in, and you know, we want to help each other. So it just depends on what program you go to, and that's why, you know, us having this talk is like, guys that are going to JUCO, they've got to now research, they've got to talk to the coaches, and if they can reach out and talk to guys that are on the roster, it's just getting a feel. You know, if there's a guy coming in, me and Diamond's on the same team in JUCO, and JUCO don't, you know, Diamond doesn't really care that he's in JUCO, he's just trying to go D1. That's going to affect me and my playing time and what I'm doing. Because I know that anytime I pass Diamond the ball, it's going to be, you know, into the black hole, and I'm never going to see it again. So, you know, it just depends on the program. But yeah, you know, you do get some programs that they're just focused on going to the next level. What did you find, Diamond?
My first year, I would say it was more like a team, like a bond, you know. Even though it wasn't like a great experience for me, but I could say that like it was more like a family, you know. Like we played for each other, and we had a goal. It was to win the championship. I mean, I think that's like every program's goal, you know, to win the championship or get far. Then my second year, I would say we were more talented, but people were like trying to get to the next level, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like my first year where it was like a family. It was more like individuals just trying to get their numbers to play to go D1, you know what I mean?
And it's just exactly what I was saying. It just depends on the program and like the coaching philosophy, what the coaches allow, or how the coaches create that culture of togetherness and teamness. But you know, it's an interesting situation. With the knowledge that you have now, what 3 things, and it doesn't have to be 3, but what things would you do differently?
Well, there's only one thing I would say, and for me is I regret going to college. I regret my basketball experience in college because it wasn't good. And before going to college, I could have played pro, you know. But it was a dream of mine since I was young to go to the US and experience what basketball feels like, what it looks like, you know what I mean? So yeah, if I had the knowledge I have now, I would definitely not go to college, and I would have definitely pursued my pro career here because I had the chance to do it. But
it's surprising. It's surprising that, you know, you got stuck with being a 4 and a 5, especially seeing you, as I said, like before you came over to the program, there was a lot of hype, you know, this young kid, blah, 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 he's a guard, but he's tall, and, you know, all the rest of it. And there was a big buzz. And then, you know, you played for the juniors as a guard and all the rest of it. And then to know that your college career, you went to 3 different programs and they had you playing out of position, it's kind of, I don't know, it's interesting, it's heartbreaking, because we, you know, kids go to, or players go to America to embrace their dreams, embrace their goals, kind of what you say, and then to have it kind of dismantled because the coach's philosophy. Like, if you're recruiting, and this is a big thing, like, please listen in. If you know, you're being recruited by a program, you want to be used in that sense as well, you know, and sometimes you have to decide, hey, this coach, it's either I go to the States and play a center and kind of like just figure I'm happy to get the degree, or no, like I'm a guard, I like playing guard, this is my natural position, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I'm gonna leave it on the table and stay where I am to be happy, because, you know, it's the enjoyment. I'm not saying that you can't be a good team player and both or have a combination, but the way you make it sound, Diamond, is that you just got stuck in the post regardless. There was no time at all. Do you know? And I'm sure you would have been a lot more happier to play the center if you had some possessions or some games where you could run the point.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? If you know, if a coach came to you and said, "Hey, Diamond, look, you know, because of the size matchup, you know, we're gonna have you defending the post, but at the same time, we're gonna have you bringing the ball down at the same time," I'm sure it wouldn't have been too much.
I would have cared, to be honest, because that's my, like, that's what I do the best. You know what I mean? Like, so by you putting me in the center position, like, for me, I've never played the center, so I have no, like, I mean, I know what they do and stuff, but yeah. I've never experienced it. I'm not tough down there, you know what I mean? To play the center, you gotta be tough.
And you're too pretty, right? Too pretty to bang down.
I mean, yeah. I am too pretty. You feel me? Oh, I was. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. So, but at the end of the day, you learn something. You know what I mean? Like, if things go bad, you can learn you can learn a lot of things, and that's what happened to me. Like, I didn't like it. I did not like the experience, but I learned a lot of things, a lot. You know. So I guess I could be happy for that.
And it's kind of a testament to your basketball ability in terms of you went to 3 programs, not playing, you know, the position before and still getting a scholarship. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like, if you think of it like that way, it's kind of dope in terms of, hey, you've never played a center before, but you were so good at being a center, you got 3 different scholarships. You know,
to be honest, I've never thought about it that way. To be honest, like, this is the first time I'm like, wow, you're right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's like someone saying, okay, cool, I'm gonna give you a job to be a volleyball coach, and I'm like, I don't even know the rules, but hey, I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? It's that kind of. It depends on how your outlook on things, you know, is. And as you said, you got a degree, and you know, you're fortunate enough to play pro now. So I don't think it was all is lost. You know, it could have been a lot better, and I am kind of, you know, as you know, one of your former coaches, I'm upset that they didn't get to see you in your glory handling the ball, because I remember, you know, watching you and do your thing. But as I said, what's happened, and you know, you made it through to the other side with a degree, and you know, now playing pro. So yeah. Paul, what would you do differently? Would you do anything differently?
I think I would be more prepared in English. I think I went there, and I remember my first class. I called my mom. It's like, I don't understand anything. Like, I don't know how am I gonna make it through this. Like, no, hey, but seriously, I went to that class, and the teacher, like the professor, was talking so quick. I mean, I didn't get anything. But then, you know, all the teammates and the friends I made, they were so cool because they knew I was a foreigner, and every time I didn't understand anything, I had the freedom to tell them, like, can you repeat it for me, please, or just more slowly. And in about 1 month there, like, inside the culture, inside everything, you learn everything, and it's perfect. But at the beginning, I was kind of lost, so I will like improve my English before going there. And then one thing I maybe didn't really like from my school, it was like super Christian. And we had many rules, and we had to attend to chapels and all this stuff. At the end, you kind of figure out the route to kind of skip all these things and manage to not make it like so hard, but maybe it's one thing that I will try to kind of change or experience another kind of different school or kind of, but overall it was amazing.
Well, good overall. Okay. And I guess, and that's a part of when you're selecting a school or a program, is understanding that it's not just the basketball element, it's the culture of the school. It's accepting what they do and how they do things, and being able to say to yourself, and it's kind of like what you said at the start, where you was like, hey, I just got an offer for a full ride and I took it. Sometimes you've got to understand or say to yourself, hey, I'm getting a free ride, let me embrace the culture and follow.
No, for real, no.
So,
at the end, you just gotta get used to it. And if I have to do a balance, like for sure the experience was more positive than all that minimum negative that I had, But you asked me to say something.
No, yeah, and that's dope. As I said, it's dope. What's the best part of, and both of you guys have played a lot of ball back home as juniors and during the summertime. Seeing both and now being pros, what's the best part of playing basketball in the States?
So I would say the best part is you gain athleticism. How you say it?
Athletic.
Yeah, I don't even know how to say that word, but but yeah, that's something you could really tell if you've been to the States and if you played in Europe before, that's something you gain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the physical part, like crazy, because you come here like buff, quicker, you can jump higher.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Stronger.
Yeah, you basically come back stronger, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And also I would say like mentally, you get stronger also.
Yeah, you get tough.
But yeah, because I mean it's what, 4 years. It's 4 years that you're not home. You're not with your family. You're doing something different than what you used to do before. You know what I mean? Mm. And yeah, that's something I would say American basketball gave me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm super that's the same that Diamond said. I think that many people ask me about it, and what I can gain is like a mix. So coming back now, like playing pro, I think it was so cool to just being raised in Spain, which is like of course there's the soccer, but basketball culture is pretty rich and they can teach you really well. But then going to the States, I learned like kind of the other side of basketball, which is all what Diamond said, being stronger, being more athletic, like this kind of killer mentality, and then kind of mix that with what I learned at the beginning of my career, kind of mix them. Like you can be a really good player because you have the stronger abilities, but also the smart and
IQ.
And IQ, yeah. I think it's
it is a awesome experience being over here and seeing how they develop their athletes and what's the most important thing. So I'm with you guys at all.
And I think another like kind of characteristic is the way they treat the athletes. I think like they make you feel like
you're a star.
Like you're a star. Like all the starting with the clothes and all the facilities where you're practicing, like arenas you play, I don't know, like giving you having the simple, like, you know, Gatorade stuff to like when you're resting in practice, like they make you feel like super professional and important, and why not, like they making you feel good, so it's nice.
I feel you. Last one for the basketball stuff. What was it like playing with the fans? You know, the fanfare. You know, kind of touched on it a little bit. Like they're a bit crazy, basketball crazy. So what was it like playing with the fans, the collegiate fans?
So I mean, I've been to 3 different programs, so I could say like a little bit of each. My first year, it was pretty big, to be honest. So to be a JUCO, it was packed. You know what I mean? And I don't know, like low key at first. I mean, so like if you don't have like a lot of experience with like big crowds and stuff, you might get nervous. But that wasn't my case, because in Spain I already played like in big crowds, you know. But yeah, like for the young people that are not experienced, you know, like this goes for you. If you're not experienced with that, then you might get a little nervous, you know. But like it's a matter of time, like that will go, you know, like that nervousness will go, because at the end of the day, it's a game you like, you know what I mean. So you're gonna have to enjoy it, and one way of enjoying it is enjoying it with your fans. You know what I mean? So yeah, my first year was big on that. Then my second year, we had no fans. Like like it was dry.
Opposite.
It was dry.
It was dry.
It was dry.
It was dry.
And then my last 2 years, we had a lot of people coming to our games, more than my first year. So it was good. It was good.
Paul, how did you find?
Yeah, even though my school was kind of a small school and D2 school, I think we had like the student body. They always came and support. They always did like different kind of activities every game, and you know, one like blackout night or whiteout night. Then I can send you some pictures. They even did our faces, like big faces, and they kind of cheer us on. Like it was pretty nice. And then I remember we played like a rivalry game that is going on for 100 years already, like in my state. Against, it's like NNU, which is D2 NCAA, against COI, which is NAIA, and we always played in preseason for a cup. And that game was probably, it was not even the league, you know, but maybe it was one of the like craziest game I ever played every year, and it was always packed, and we were always so motivated. So yeah, in that way, it was nice.
Did you guys have any negative experience, like especially away games? So your home fans are gonna love you, but what about, you know, away games? You know, was there any like taunting, or you know, were they shouting stuff at you that kind of put you off your game, or?
Well, I mean, there's always like, you know, when you play away, there's always people like, you know, screaming and saying like different kind of things. But when you focus, you don't really.
Yeah.
You don't pay
attention.
You don't pay attention to all these things. No.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I even think it's. I really like playing home, but I really love to play away. I don't know, like.
I mean, there's
just
always.
Just to mess with them, you know. You have a good game, and yeah, just tell me whatever you want to think. I just kill you guys, so it's even better.
Okay, like, hey, it is what it is, man. I just put in work. I feel you.
Yeah.
Like in the US, there is a lot of trash talking compared to like European countries, you know. And oh yeah, and that's something I I learned from the US too to trash talk and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of trash talk in practice.
He does. Like he's crazy. Like
Before
what?
the US, I was like a chill boy, you know, like I'ma just do my thing and then go home, you know. But now, nah.
Everyone just gets it now, huh?
They have to.
I love it. Okay, so this next bit is, I guess, is a bit more touristy. It's just to kind of help those that, you know, might go to the same states or whatever. So I guess, Diamond, in the 3 states that you've been to, what's the weather like?
Nebraska, cold. Texas,
Hot.
It's cool, like it's high. Minnesota,
Cool.
oh my god, oh my god, oh god, it's freezing. Like I've been. I think it was this winter when I was like, we've been to like negative 40 Celsius.
Dang.
Okay.
Negative 40 Celsius.
Wow.
Negative 40. So it's no joke. Like I'm laughing now, but when I was there, it was no joke.
Wow.
It was no joke.
Paul, go on. In Idaho.
In Idaho it's hot in summer, and then in winter there's some months that it's really cold and a lot of snow, but it's alright.
Like how thick is the snow?
Like
5 inches, 10 inches? You need
yeah, like 10 inches. Sometimes.
Okay.
But it doesn't last that much though.
Okay, fair enough. What's the time?
But yeah, you have to get a good coat and some winter clothes.
Make sure you let them know, man. As I said, I've had that problem before. Okay, so I'm guessing the time difference between you guys' home countries are similar. So what's the time difference between America, or where you was, and back at home?
So the time difference for me was 8 hours from Minnesota. Actually, I think this in the 3 states I've been, it was the same. I think it was 8 hours. I'm from Barcelona.
Mine
so
too.
Yours too?
Mine was 8 hours.
8 hours.
Okay. And how did you get over your jet lag when you was traveling to school?
You said what?
How did you get over your jet lag?
Oh, my jet lag. Actually, I think it depends on the person, you know. Like for me, like I do not get like a lot of jet lag, to be honest.
Because you're a night guy.
I mean, if you want to say that, but yeah, I don't have many issues with jet lag stuff. So
Okay.
Yeah, for me.
Go on.
Yeah, for me it was like when I was going to the States, I didn't have jet lag. But when I was coming back home, that's when I had jet lag. But for just 2-3 days, that's it.
Okay. And how did the time difference like affect your communication with people back home? Like how did that affect you?
Well, with my family, I had like how would I say, like we had a specific time to talk, you know, because obviously I was in school, and then after school I had practice, and then after practice I had something else, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we basically had like a specific time to talk, you know what I mean?
It was in the night, afternoon, night.
It was
exactly. in the night, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's for me.
Right. So of the places, well, the Diamond, the places that you've been, Paul, where you was in Idaho, I don't know how much traveling you did, but what did you guys see? Like, if I was going over to, you know, if I was going to Howard or St. Cloud's, or if I was going over to Idaho, like, and you had to recommend me a place to go to, where would you recommend me to see?
To see.
Yeah, where's
well, I did not travel a lot in Nebraska, and I was in like a really small town. Because JUCOs are not like in big towns, to be honest. Like there are not a lot of JUCOs in big towns. So my first 2 years I was in like little towns. But I mean, if they come to Texas, they basically have to go to Dallas, Houston, like those big cities. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then in Minnesota, I was in a kind of big city. I was like 1 hour away from Minneapolis. That's the largest city in Minnesota, and I would recommend them to go. I don't know, to Minneapolis, just in general. It's I think it's like a beautiful city, like a lot of how you call it,
skyscrapers.
Yeah, skyscrapers. So
Downtown.
people from Europe are not used to seeing that every day. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would recommend to like just have a tour on the city, and that's it.
Okay, Paul, some great places that you've been to.
I mean, in Idaho, when I knew about it, I didn't know where was it or where I was flying to. But actually, like if you are like a outdoor lover and you like mountains and rivers, like Idaho is the state to go, like, or you like fishing, like they do a lot of outdoors, and that's one of the things I really like. So I went to do a lot of hikings and to see some different like places around there. The capital of Idaho is Boise, and to be honest, Boise is a nice city to live. I really like it, and there's everything where you can do. And then if I have to recommend like kind of some trip in the States, I went 1 year for spring break to Hawaii, and it was awesome.
Hey,
I love it.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. So you hold on. So you were talking about like the whole state?
No, I mean, I
hey, if you're just giving out advice, I didn't say your state or nearby where you was playing, but if you've got if you've got a hot spot for us, Diamond, then hey, please tell us, man.
Oh well, I would say California, San Diego, LA.
Yeah.
Like those places are really nice.
Really
to be
nice,
honest.
really nice. Yeah, I recommend that too, because we went it was close to Idaho, and every preseason we were playing their friendly games, like a California tour, and it's incredible. Yeah.
Okay. Best place to get food. What's the best place you've had food?
I would say Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A was
Chick-fil-A is a fast food place, but hey, like that chicken. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I think, man, if we get, there's so many places. Like you can say In-N-Out is incredible. In-N-Out.
But the thing of In-N-Out is
it's only in certain regions.
Yeah, it's not in every state. Like for example, I did not have an In-N-Out in what's it called? In all the places I've lived.
Yeah, because I think In-N-Out is only in Nevada, California.
Yeah, it's in California. I've been to In-N-Out, of course, when I went to California, because that's something they told me I had to try. Honestly, I think it's overrated, but yeah, I had to try. Huh?
I said overrated.
That's it. That's a 10.
Okay, all right. So nowhere specifically to close by your school. There's no like one particular place, just Chick-fil-A in general.
I mean, near to my school, it's like, I think it's only in Idaho, and it's like they don't have many of them, but it's called Beto's, and it's like a Mexican kind of fast food restaurant, and man, they do incredible like breakfast burritos. We used to go there for like like late night snacks and whatever? Or wow, it was amazing after practice.
Yeah, I would say Chick-fil-A, and if you wanna be more fancy or whatever, probably Olive Garden.
Oh, Olive Garden was good. Or Texas Roadhouse for a good steak.
Yeah. Just to be more fancy, you know. But like,
Olive Garden.
if you like, I don't know, if you just
or Applebee's.
Yeah, Applebee's is fine too. But I mean, if you're not like in that mood, Chick-fil-A is the place.
Man, you love Chick-fil-A.
The Chick-fil-A endorser over here. Trying to get an endorsement deal from Chick-fil-A.
Hey, if they get me one, I'm not done.
You'll die, man.
Okay. Best place to get kicks. Very controversial. Like, I've had different stories. So, best place for you to get kicks.
Okay. For me, I mean, it's online. Is it cool if it's online?
Oh yeah, it's just
StockX.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like StockX, and then Gold, but I'd rather have StockX than Gold, to be honest.
Cool. Was there anywhere like in town that you shopped, or was it just online?
Everything online, because I have a big feet, you know. So I wear size 15, so there's not like a lot of.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's why they stuck with the post. You got like posts.
Come on, man. Don't do me like that, coach.
So that was size 16 in the US?
No, it's size 15 US.
Okay.
Size 15 US.
So yeah, that was hold on.
So that's size 14 in UK, I think.
Yeah, 14.
Dang.
Yeah.
If it's raining, you just take your shoe off and then you hold it. Running inside. Jeez, Diamond.
Yeah.
Paul, did you buy your shoes?
No, like I remember going to like the Boise Mall. It was pretty nice, you know, just the common places, Foot Locker. I remember there was like a Nike outlet, really, really nice offers there. And then, you know, college gave you so much stuff, so you didn't really need that.
Facts.
Okay. Well, I think I've still got some eligibility left, so I might see if I can get a deal. And what was the best American holiday and why?
Probably spring break.
Okay, party guy.
No. Don't get me wrong. No. To be honest, I did not like go to any. I mean, I did not go anywhere for spring break. Like my 4 years there, I did not go anywhere. Maybe just to see my ex-girlfriend. But other than that, I was just chilling, you know. But it's nice because if you, I don't know, it gives you a break from all the pressure and everything that basketball gives you. Because if you did not make the playoffs or whatever, like your season is done. Like during spring break, your season is done. You know what I mean? So it gives you a break, mentally, physically, everything. And then after spring break, you just get your studies right, and that's it. And then you go home, you know? So that for me, that's the best holiday in the US.
For me, I really like, what's the name of it?
Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I really like Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I remember always gathering or getting together with the whole team in coach's house, and they always cook so much food and really, really nice food. And I really remember that fun times. Yeah. Okay. Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is a popular one, but yeah, the spring break I can get that. You know, you get some time away from everything and stuff, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Last two questions, guys, and this has been fantastic. I appreciate it. The big question, the serious question is, distractions. I always have a hard time I always try to find a cute way of saying it, beating around the bush. But you know, you're in college and there's a lot of distractions. So there's going to be a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol, the opposite sex. You know, I mean, finding partners and stuff. So, like,
Yeah.
how did you guys deal with those distractions? You know, trying to be a good student and you know, the best basketball player that you could be. Talk a little bit about that.
I go.
Yeah.
I think, well, in my case, I have like pretty clear like what I want, you know, but I know that there's time for everything. I think you have to find time for everything, and of course I'm gonna put much more time on practicing and basketball and studying because those are my priorities. But you know, you always have to have your social life, and after a win you always want to celebrate, and why not to get together with your teammates and kind of celebrate a little bit. I think it's not bad, and that really kind of relax yourself and having a good time with them. It's good to not think about, you know, if I have to turn an assignment in the next 2 days, you know. I think you have to find a balance, but that doesn't mean you cannot party or you're gonna go with girls. For sure. I mean, yeah.
Perfect. I like that. Diamond. Hey,
Yeah.
you can be honest with me, man. It's just us here, man. It's just
No, I mean, it's what he said. Like you can have time for everything, and also like to avoid those distractions, you gotta be selective with your crowd. You know what I mean? Like, cause to be honest, like in every team, you're gonna find people that love to party, love to smoke weed or whatever, and then there is a couple guys that like they know what they want. You know, like they came here for business, straight business. You know what I mean? So I feel like you gotta be selective with your crowd, and that's a really big thing in like in college and even in the professional world. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to hang with people that are gonna drag you down. You know what I mean? You just want to hang with people that they want to succeed in whatever they do. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a big thing to like think and that to be selective with the people you hang around.
Okay, I like that. How did being a college athlete and basketball player, you know, basketball is probably one of the more popular sports behind football. How did that create a buzz with the ladies? How was that? You know, did you get a lot of attention, or you know, how was that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we were talking about that before you called. But yeah, it also depends on what school you are. If it's really big in basketball or if it's really big in football, you know. But I mean, basketball players always get love, to be honest. Like you gonna get girls like behind you every time, you know what I mean? Like it's not something to hide about. But that's how it is. Like you always gonna get girls. I mean, not like that, but I don't even know how to explain myself.
I don't know, like,
help me out?
Yeah, like what we were talking before is that, you know, for example, in basketball in my school was the main sport, so pretty much everyone around school knows you, you know, and you walk around campus and people is saying hi to you, like you kind of well known. And I even think that people from Europe, I mean, for example, us from Spain, everyone was saying, "Oh, you're from Spain? Oh, it's so cool!" Like you don't even play basketball like then. Plus, you're from Spain, you know. it's kind of even more, they're giving you more importance. But I mean, that's what it is.
They love our
They love Spanish and they love accents for sure.
Yeah, so that's one thing. Like, I mean, if you tell them where you're from, and obviously if you're a foreigner, they attracted to that. I don't know why, but they are, or at least with me. You know, like, I don't know. And also, like, they see you don't like English is not your first language, so I don't know. I feel like they get more closer to you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know.
Dropping some games. Hey, nothing, man. Nothing.
I mean, it can be a distraction too. Like, that can be a big distraction. I ain't gonna lie.
And then what did you do to combat that distraction? What was your
Sure.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I was like, what did I do? I dealt with it. That's what I did.
You just put me on the spot, man.
Hey, Diamond was putting up some Kobe numbers, huh? Hey, we ain't
You hang out with that, right?
Man, I had to shoot my shot, man.
Hey, apparently they're retiring your jersey in those 3 schools, man.
Oh my.
Oh man, you funny, man.
Hey, we'll leave it there, man. I don't need to, I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
Way to end it.
That's a nice way to end it, man.
All right, so hey, last question. What advice would you give to yourself at 18 years old if you was to do the whole process again, or just anyone? As I said, this program's for those that are thinking or wanting to come to the States. What advice would you give to those individuals coming in?
I guess my first advice would be like, have a positive attitude. Even though things are not going your way, you just gotta get through it no matter what. Cause one of my issues was like, I wasn't happy with playing with the center, So in my head I was like, nah, like in my head I was like, I was the center of the world, you know what I mean? So if I don't like this, then I'm gonna practice bad, so the coach gonna notice, and then he gonna ask me what's wrong with me, and then I'm gonna just explain my situation, right? But it's not like that, because there's like 12 more players, you know what I mean? Like, you are not the center of the world. So that's the first advice I will give. Like, you just gotta be positive with your attitude. Do not answer back to any coaches, because that's something I did, because I wasn't happy, right? So when I'm not happy, that's the way I react. Like, I do not want to accept anything, you know what I mean? So yeah, do not answer back to coaches, and just try to have fun, man, because 4 years, man, they go by quick, man.
Yeah, quick.
They go by quick. Like,
that's true.
It was yesterday when I got to college, you know what I mean? And look at me now, I'm here in Spain, back in Spain, you know what I mean? So they just gotta enjoy the moment, enjoy the process, and just let it be, you know?
Okay.
I think that they don't have to hesitate about thinking of their fears of going away of their comfort zone and going away of friends and family. I think is experience of life. I think is a way to grow as a person. And there's only one train that passed through, and you have to get it. I know many people that had the option of going, and now they really regret not taking it. And I have to say that they have to take it, because it's a lesson of life, and it's an awesome experience that it's gonna be, for me, it's gonna be always inside of me. So yeah.
I think, speaking to a lot of you doing this, I realized that the 4 years, whether it be good or bad, but it means a lot to you, and the experiences and the growth that you've had from it, which is really fantastic. As I said, I've enjoyed seeing you guys develop and grow over the years. And yeah, it's something that, it's a part of becoming young men. That's just how it goes. But yeah, I've really enjoyed catching up with you guys. Hey, I like the fact that you guys got on your shirt from the school as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
I did not even realize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Paul and this is Diamond.
And we thank you for watching the EuroStepping with Coach D.
Man, we really appreciate it.
The game was different, right? The rules was different. The ball was different.
The Euro style is different in America.
The Euro style was a lot different than America.
That's the first time y'all seen that Euro step too, huh?
Absolutely.